Alright. Actually, just tried re-recording my mic audio, or my mic, because the mic audio was terrible in the first actual recording, which you're seeing right now, so I had to mute the original audio track, because my mic was all messed up. So now I'm just recording over the video. So finally it worked. So that server I just put there, for the sake of this video, we'll call it Joel's server. And this world represents the Minecraft world file, which we're going to call Joel's world. This is just explaining the difference between servers, I suppose. So that server, that's Joel's server, and that world is Joel's world. That's the world that he had running on that server. It's just all it is a file. It's a file. So the new server that I just put up on the right, that is my server, because I decided to run a server. So what I did is I copied over Joel's world, and GIMP was being difficult. So, you know, I was trying to copy over the world so that it would make more sense. But basically, I just kind of dragged it over, which makes more sense. So with the server owner, with Joel, the server owner, he gave me his world, and I took his world and I put it on my server. So now it's running on my server. So once I drag it over in the video, you'll see that. If that could just happen right now, that would be great. All right. So let's just say that this was a week ago, and Joel's world was still running on Joel's server. So that line represents you connecting to his server. So right now you are connected to his server, and you're on his world. So, what I did was I took his world, he sent it to me. I took his world and I put it on my server. So now it's running on my server. So if you guys are connected to Joel's server, actually right now I think it's not, it's turned off or something. But you may still connect to his world, but it'll be the same exact thing on my server. It's that world file. But once you start, like, let's say you made a house on Joel's world on my server, it would save on my server. It wouldn't save on Joel's server, because they're different servers and they save the world. They don't save the world the same way, because whatever you do on one server saves on that server. The servers don't share information because there's no way for them to connect to each other. They're not connected to each other. The only thing that's similar to between the two servers is that they have that Joel's world. So if you create a house on one, it won't show up on the other, unless I manually copied it over. But, you know, those two servers are not connected to each other. So now on my server, I have this world called AuroraCraft. That's the main world. I have that running on my server, as well as Joel's world. And you can teleport between those two worlds on my server. So if you do anything on Joel's world on my server, it'll save on my server. But if you connect to Joel's server and you do something on Joel's world, like create a bridge, it won't show up on my server because it only saves on his server. So whatever you do on one server saves on that one server. And these two servers are not connected in any way whatsoever. Let's see what I do next. Oh yeah, so those lines represent you connecting to the server. So if you, so you're connected to that server, whatever you do in that server stays in that server. It doesn't carry over to the other server because the two servers are not connected in any way. The only thing similar to each other is that they both have the Joel's world copy. So let's say you disconnect from Joel's server on the left and you connect to my server on the right. That line represents you connecting. So now you're on a different server. So whatever you do on that server, on Joel's world affects the Joel's world on my server, not on the other server, because you're not connected to the other server. You're connected to my server, as that line represents. Yeah, so I'm just kind of playing around with the server. I don't know what I'm doing right there. So yeah, I can have those both worlds running on my server because of plugins, which are really nice. I love plugins. So you can teleport between the two worlds, and whatever you do on that Joel's world on my server, again, does not affect what happens on the other server. So basically, the saying applies that whatever happens on this server stays on this server. So the only way to carry over things is for me to actually manually copy something and send it to Joel, or vice versa. So I hope you found this video helpful, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.